Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Let's just jump right in, shall we? Today we're tackling a really critical risk management briefing. We are going to completely dismantle the illusion of cross-border vendor vetting and show you exactly how to secure the ROI for your corporate gifting programs. Because let's face it, if you've ever felt the absolute sting and the massive headaches of an international order gone wrong, you are in exactly the right place.
Okay, picture this scenario. You're trying to set up a gifting program, so you find a European gift supplier online. Their website is incredibly sleek, the products look absolutely beautiful, and the pricing? It seems totally reasonable. So you go ahead and place an order for 30 corporate hampers. Fast forward 6 weeks later, 12 arrive late, 4 get completely seized at customs, 2 somehow go to the wrong addresses, and the products inside the remaining 12? They look literally nothing like the photos. Now you have zero legal recourse, no local contact, and a client list that is quietly but deeply unimpressed. So why does this keep happening?
Well, here is our game plan for today. We'll start with the vendor vetting trap, expose 7 specific vetting failures, look at the consumer marketplace illusion, break down the true cost of failure, and finally, wrap up with the structural gifting solution.
All right, part 1, the vendor vetting trap. Let's talk about the fundamental trust gap in international procurement.
You know, there's this really well-documented phenomenon in international e-commerce. Basically, the further a buyer is from a supplier, the harder it is to actually assess their quality and reliability. When we operate domestically, we have a really strong safety net, right? We've got local language reviews, professional network referrals, a totally visible track record. But when we try to cross the Atlantic, that standard toolkit just completely falls apart. We suddenly hit language barriers, cultural blindness, and completely invisible red flags. It's not that European vendors are inherently less trustworthy, it's simply that our traditional evaluation tools absolutely do not translate across those borders.
Moving right along to Section 2, 7 vetting failures exposed.
Now, putting on our professional procurement manager hats for a second, we usually rely really heavily on our standard research methods. But here is exactly where they structurally fail us abroad. First off, we trust English reviews on platforms like Trustpilot, completely missing the fact that a Dutch supplier might have 12 carefully curated English reviews, but like 200 terrible ones on a local platform we've never even heard of. Second, we mistake a slick Shopify template for actual product quality. Third, we accept vague buzzwords like artisan for what might honestly just be repackaged cash-and-carry goods. Fourth, we miss invisible foreign language red flags, which I'm going to drill down into in just a second. Fifth, we assume a tiny local team can somehow handle a massive 500-basket peak season order. Sixth, we assume our domestic consumer protections apply to cross-border B2B disputes. Spoiler alert, they don't. Those disputes are incredibly slow and expensive. And finally, number 7, we completely ignore peak season opacity. German suppliers often hit capacity by late November, while Spanish ones might extend well into January. If you don't know those local market rhythms, your December order is pretty much already doomed.
I actually want to pause on failure number 4 for a second because it's a huge one. The red flags exist. They're simply invisible to you. As a procurement manager, your natural filter includes reading local industry forums, right? Maybe checking trade association complaints. But when you're sourcing in Europe, you literally cannot read the local Dutch business forums or the Italian complaint boards. If a supplier has a historical pattern of delivering late or subbing out products, those warning signs are entirely locked behind a language barrier.
And here's a pretty wild paradox for you. Excellent English SEO can actually be a massive warning sign. Think about it. The very accessibility of a European vendor to an English-speaking buyer should definitely make you pause. Sometimes vendors who are heavily optimized for English search are aggressively targeting international buyers for one specific reason. Their local reputation is just too poor to sustain them on domestic referrals alone. Crazy, right?
Which brings us to Section 3, the consumer marketplace illusion.
So it's totally human nature when facing this massive information gap to just pivot to what's familiar. We think, oh, I'll just use Amazon Business or Etsy. But treating consumer platforms like actual B2B corporate gifting introduces a whole new set of hazards. Consumer marketplaces are optimized for single consumer orders, not the scaled logistics you need to send baskets to 50 different European addresses. Plus, they only offer standard B2C consumer protection. That leaves a massive accountability gap if a missed client event damages a crucial business relationship. And the products, they're totally standardized. The listing photo might look flawless, but your corporate order of 50 custom-branded baskets might end up cobbled together from completely different production batches.
All right, Section 4, the true cost of failure. Because when a program breaks down, the initial invoice is honestly just the tip of the iceberg.
The visible financial costs, like replacement orders, expedited shipping, issued credits, sure, they're frustrating.
but they are completely dwarfed by the invisible costs. A corporate gift that arrives late or incomplete essentially communicates disorganization to your client. That client who got the wrong basket in November, yeah, they might not renew their contract in January. And then there's your own internal credibility. The procurement manager who recommended the failing supplier takes a massive professional hit. Plus, the sheer opportunity cost of spending your valuable hours chasing foreign suppliers and handling complaints, that is time actively stolen from your actual job.
Finally, Section 5, the structural gifting solution. So, what's the rational play here? It's definitely not trying harder at Googling foreign vendors. You need to step completely out of the cross-border vetting game altogether. You do this by utilizing a true structural solution, basically eliminating the risk by partnering with a locally established corporate infrastructure. You want someone whose accountability is already built into their daily operations, someone who has already done the heavy due diligence right from within the market.
And this is exactly where Walwater Gifts comes into the picture. They are a dedicated, pre-vetted corporate infrastructure, completely sidestepping that entire vetting problem for you. Everything is sourced and delivered entirely within the EU. They offer total supply chain transparency with genuine named producer relationships, no more vague artisan claims. They aren't just a consumer storefront, they are built specifically for volume B2B accounts. That means they handle multiple addresses, custom branding, and account invoicing absolutely flawlessly. Crucially, they offer English language service paired with their European operations, so there is literally zero translation friction. Plus, they possess expert dietary and cultural awareness. They know exactly what's appropriate across different member states, making sure your gift lands perfectly every single time.
Honestly, the difference is night and day. If you attempt shipping straight from the US or the UK, you are driving that ship straight into a storm of high costs, transatlantic customs seizures, and an absolute nightmare of post-Brexit export certificates and import duties. Seriously, a 60-pound hamper shipped from the UK to Germany can easily balloon to 180 pounds in no time. But by utilizing Walwater's EU-based operations, you bypass all of that. Zero international shipping complications, no custom surprises, just reliable, cost-effective delivery sourced from entirely within the European Union. So it kind of boils down to this. Are you still playing the vetting guessing game, or are you ready for some actual structural certainty? Why gamble your company's reputation, your client relationships, and your own professional credibility on a visually polished website 3 time zones away when a pre-vetted, operationally mature infrastructure already exists to handle all that heavy lifting for you? It's time to stop trying to close an impossible information gap, protect your internal credibility, avoid those massive invisible costs of failure, and make every single business gift count. You can secure your client relationships right now by placing your next European corporate order with Walwater Gifts. Just visit sendgiftsineurope.com to partner with a professional service built for buyers who simply cannot afford to get it wrong. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. So I'll leave you with this. Ask yourself, what invisible risks are sitting in your supply chain right now, and what are they really costing you?